Wait, did you say the first store was
Yeah,
Selfridges?
yeah.
How did you make that happen? That is nuts. First, not even the first store.
The first store was Selfridges. So how we made that happen? So we did a trade show. I would love to do another trade show. I had like flash mob dancers, like everyone in these bright yellow t-shirts to the point where so I was at the store. To the point where when I would walk around, they're like, "Oh, you're Victoria from Sunmo," because the team had just like sold the brand
Yeah.
really heavily, and they was like going around dancing and getting all of this attention. And obviously I had my t-shirt on, so they already knew about the brand. And what would happen when you go to these trade shows is there's buyers from all different types of stores. So there's like Sainsbury's, Selfridges, but they won't announce who they are.
Oh,
It's like 5,000 people in the room,
yeah.
and they don't want to get bombarded, so they'll only go to the stores that are interesting. So they came to our store. It was just like a tiny. It was like this
Like a
size.
booth, or
It
was it like a store? Like
it was
what?
tiny. Like it
Mm,
was. So you know when you go to these trade shows and they've got the big displays,
yeah.
like the rich brands.
That wasn't you, yeah.
That was not us. We was like the smallest store, but we made the most noise
Okay.
essentially. And yeah, so they would come over and I would just do our pitch, talk about the business, and not knowing who I'm talking to because they don't show you their badges or anything. And they're like, "Oh, okay, well, we're from Selfridges," and then they'll be like, "Okay, send us a sample," and I'm like, "Okay, great, thanks. I'll send you a sample." So I've got all the contacts from the different retailers, and I've just sent out samples, and I get this email. I'm actually in Nigeria when I get the Selfridges email, and obviously Wi-Fi, internet, all of that. So it was really bad. So I'm in the mall, which was like the only place I could get internet, and I see this email from Selfridges like, "Did you see my last email? We've been trying to chase you," and I'm just like, "What do you
Not
mean?"
Selfridges chasing you.
Back talk.
I was just thinking, chase me. If I saw the first email, trust me, you don't need to chase me. So I've like, my mum was like, "Let's go." I'm like, "No, I need to reply to this email." So I replied to Selfridges, and they're like, "Okay, we want to launch you for our summer edit." It was like a 12-week edit, and I was like, "Okay, sure, absolutely." So done all of the like background work, setting up and everything, sent the products in. So first day of launch, I've spoken to the buyer and just told her the story of the brand, and she's like, "Oh, are you the owner?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, we're gonna put you full time, like a full time listing." From there, I was just like, "Oh, this is brilliant." So that was our first store, and the plantain crisps have been a product that people can relate to. A lot of the black community already know what plantain is, and then a lot of people outside of the community are intrigued by what it is, right? So yeah, that was our first store. Then we launched into Whole Foods Market with that, and also into Sainsbury's